Hello, and welcome to tonight's stream. I hope you guys are all doing well. I've kind of disappeared again all week for another week. You guys, I am somehow still getting better at being constantly extremely busy. But I finally am here streaming. I mean, I did do a little stream earlier in this week, but it was one of my weird like, I think it was like early evening. So not a time I usually stream, but ta-da, here I am. I'm here to vibe for a little bit before I go catch up on sleep, because as always, I have not been sleeping enough. But you know, that's just what I do. Sleeping too little. It's a talent of mine. Yeah, I hope you guys are all doing well. Let me hurry and make sure that I've got everything set up right on here. I don't really know what... Some of the tabs on my computer are all kinds of wonky. I don't know what I did to them. It's a mystery. Alright, there we go. Okay, I think I got it fixed. I think things make enough sense now. Blazer first thing. Potato. You know, actually, I've been meaning to update this. That's my update. That's all. The price went up. My desire to eat potatoes has decreased even more. Believe it or not, I really don't have that much interest in eating raw potatoes. Fun fact right there for you. As for updates to the board, I was able to get some SCARLET booster boxes a little bit lower. So we now have an even better price on those. I only have a few left though. I don't have a ton of them. But I do have some. So that was pretty neato. I think that is going to be the main change to the board. I keep saying I'm going to update stuff, and then I remember that I actually have to take time to do that. Crazy, I know, right? Having to use time to, like, get stuff done. Silly, just silly. Anyways, I'm going to check orders real quick, see if we've got anything to start with. Let me see. I think we are good so far. We can just chill for a bit. I know this is starting really late too. It's like midnight. I was really indecisive today and I couldn't decide what I wanted to do. I couldn't decide if I was going to play Commander, if I was going to work on some stuff for Hilltop, and then I decided to do neither of those things and was like, I'm going to go home and stream. Except that it took me so long to decide that I didn't get home till like midnight. Actually, no, I got home like an hour ago. Or like a half hour ago. But it took me about that long to get things cleaned up because I haven't cleaned up since like the last 4 or 5 streams I've done. So it was really messy. But I got them mostly cleaned up, so it's a little bit more under control now. So it's pretty chill. It is an improvement to say the least. But yeah, we chillin'. I mean, I guess technically it's not like I was going to be streaming much this week anyways, since my original plan was to be at my grandparents' house all week. But, as you guys know, car stuff didn't work out. Dealership sold the car that I was going to get to somebody else! And so now I gotta wait till May to get a new car, and I have absolutely no idea when I will be visiting my grandparents. But one day, I will get to do it. One day I'll get to drive to their house and vibe. But until then, I'll just keep working like crazy because that is what I'm good at. I'm good at working all the time, every day. You know what I'm not good at though? Asking for raises. And I need to ask for a raise because being underpaid is absurd. It's stupid. So, wish me luck in my attempts to one, just even contact my boss. Shouldn't be this difficult, but it's so hard to get a hold of my boss. Well, so first I gotta get a hold of him, and then I get to explain to him why either I need a raise or he needs to stop expecting so much from me, you know? Fun times. So yeah, that should be interesting. The hardest part is just gonna be able to actually, like, find the time to have a conversation with him because he is extremely hard to get a hold of. I am extremely hard to get a, well, I'm not quite as extremely hard to get a hold of, at least in terms of how difficult it is for me to contact him, but I don't know. I don't know, but yeah, so wish me luck. Gonna be exciting, hopefully. Hopefully things will go well and that we can come to a reasonable agreement, aka one where I am paid, you know, fairly for how much effort I put into my work. Hey guys, I have this problem where I work way harder than I need to, even when I am being underpaid. I need to stop it so that I can get paid correctly, you know? But at the very least, it makes it very obvious when I deserve a raise, you know? I got that at least. I got that at least. So yeah, wish me luck. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. You guys, I just realized I don't know when the next Pokemon set comes out, but I remember that they've started releasing stuff for it. So I need to, I think it's Paldea Evolved is the next Pokemon set. June 9th. So I have to wait through all of May. All of it. Yikes. But I mean, I guess it's just like a little less than a month and a half. So yeah, we got a little bit of time. I mean, technically it'll probably be about a month until pre-release stuff starts showing up for it. And unlike Scarlet Violet base set, I should actually be able to get stuff pre-released for Paldea Evolved. The whole issue with not being able to get Scarlet Violet base set pre-release was very not fun, but Paldea Evolved should hopefully be a different story, and we should be able to open all kinds of cool spicy stuff out of there. So yeah, that should be very exciting for certain. Then I also need to figure out, I guess, when the next Magic set comes out. Somebody asked at work today, and I was like, I would actually have to look that up, and I didn't have the time to look it up, so I don't know. Let's see. March of the Machines, the Aftermath will release May 12th. Oh, that's only in a couple weeks. I didn't realize it was that soon. Checks out though. That checks out. Alright, well cool. I'll have a new Magic set in 2 weeks. I think 2 weeks from today / Friday. Yes. Okay, that's exciting. Ooh, but if it releases in 2 weeks, does that mean there's going to be a pre-release next week? Maybe. I guess we'll find out. I don't know. Maybe it won't be a set with a pre-release. I feel like probably it will though. I'm really intrigued. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to ask my my manager at the game store. Be like, are we doing a pre-release event next week? Because I didn't anticipate that. I mean, either way, I will be working next week. Yeah. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. Now I'm really intrigued. That'll be interesting to see. Except I haven't even like seen anything about this set. I don't know if I have. Maybe we'll check TCG Player. Does TCG Player have anything for March of the Machine? The Aftermath. Oh, TCG Player and its silly little pop-ups drives me crazy. Alright. Is it gonna show me anything? It's thinking about it. Oh, whoa. Okay, let me move this so that you guys can see. What? Look at this box. Wow. That is. It's cool. It's like graffiti stuff. I don't even know. Interesting. I'm intrigued. And we got the set booster box, I think. Epilogue boost. What? What's an epilogue booster? What is this? Epilogue boosters continue the story in between sets. Each lore-packed booster guarantees a foil and a showcase card. What is this? 24 March of the Machine, the Aftermath Epilogue Boosters contains 5 cards with a combination of 1 to 3 cards of rarity, rare or higher, 2 to 4 uncommon cards. In every pack, a total of 1 to 2 cards of any rarity or traditional foil. You get 24 of these packs in here. And I'm so confused by this thing. But I guess that exists. Epilogue booster and collector boosters. So are they not going to have set and draft boosters? Why is this so weird? Kenrith's Royal Funeral. Oh wow. That got serious real quick. So to see legendary drags. Oh, I have a deck that definitely is gonna need this card. I've got a legendary creature deck that I'm building, and that is absolutely gonna go in it. And that's it. That's all we know from this set. There are like 9 things on here. They also have bundles. I wonder, are these just gonna have the epilogue boosters in them too? Epilogue boosters. Okay, so from what I can tell, this is not a normal set, and there won't be normal boosters. There will just be these weird epilogue boosters and collector boosters. This is so bizarre. I am now very intrigued to figure out what in the world is going on with this set. That's really weird. Wizards of the Coast just keeps coming up with the most random and bizarre things to do, and I guess this is our next random bizarre thing to do. I don't know. They're just like mini booster packs, but magic. How odd. How very odd. Yeah, so I guess that is our next set. I guess I can just look up, will March of the Machines, the Aftermath, have a pre-release? Alright, so it looks like there won't be anything for pre-release kits, so there won't be a pre-release. It's also considered a micro set. How bizarre. So random, but okay. Alright then. We'll take it, I guess. That's so weird. Well, it should be interesting. We will get to see that in a couple of weeks then. How fun. How strange. I'm wondering, like, is it just gonna be an extremely small set with just, like, some cards that relate to the in-between stories? I don't know. March of the Machines definitely did some wild stuff story-wise, except that I haven't even kept up on all the Magic lore for the last little bit. I got through, like, all of the lore for Dominaria United through Phyrexia All Will Be One. So, like, August-ish last year through January or February this year. And then I haven't looked at any other lore, so all of the lore stuff I've gotten have just been things like what I've been able to tell from like flavor text on cards and things that my friends have talked about. Which obviously is not all of the lore. It's just a little bit of it. Just a little bit. Alright you guys, we are not seeing any orders so far. About 20 minutes. We'll give it another maybe 10-ish minutes, but if we aren't seeing any orders, I will probably wrap up so I can catch up on sleep. And by catch up on sleep, I mean not sleep. Insomnia, you know? It do be like that. But, oh, okay, you guys, this is fun. Let me see if I can find this. You guys, I keep, like, moving things on my desk and confusing myself and then not being able to find them anymore. Let me see. There it is. Okay, so my mom has started to learn a little bit more about cards because she's been sorting cards for Hilltop and she's been helping me sort some of my bulk. And so, since she knows a little bit more about the cards, I invited her to open a couple of my packs with me that I just want to open for fun. And what do you know? Out of the second pack of Pokemon she has ever opened, my mom pulled me this. I was so excited. I have absolutely loved this card from the second like that I first saw it. I'm like, that is just amazing. It's got so much character. It's so cute. It's got characters. Low quality jokes. But man, it was wild. And this even is a clean looking little unknown. Like, the centering is so good. It is so pretty. Look at that. Oh my goodness, literal perfection. So that was pretty amazing. I'm like, my mom clearly has the touch with this. Got a very, very nice pull there. So that was pretty sweet. I was very excited about getting to add that to my collection, and she was very excited that she pulled something cool. Hey, welcome Pokesly. How is it going? How are you doing this fine? Right after midnight? At least for me, it's right after midnight. I think it's similar, if not the same, for you. I don't remember if we're in the same time zone or like time zones that are next to each other. But either way, I guess it's basically nighttime. It's nighttime everywhere in America. Except maybe Hawaii. Hawaii might be early evening still. Hawaii's like quite a few hours ahead. I mean, it's still probably technically like nighttime-ish. Maybe. I don't know. I've never been to Hawaii. What would I know? What would I know about Hawaii? Just what I've learned from TV and the internet, and that's basically it. Same time zone. Okay. I thought we probably were, because I'm like, Utah, Arizona should be about the same. But I don't know. There are some really wonky, like, different time zones. Like, I remember when I took AP Human Geography in like 9th grade or something. I remember learning about the different like time zones, and there were a few really interesting little things. Ooh, here's a pretty time zone map, and it's even in super beautiful colors. All right, let's check out this little. Oh, maybe. Okay, there we go. Here's our time zone map. So here is. Oh yeah, see that's all Utah, Arizona. Then there's like the weird ones that are like multicolor. I guess. Oh, those are the ones that don't do daylight savings. And so, the one little part of Canada that doesn't do daylight savings, their time zone is like in between these two. That's very disorienting. Very silly. You know, I honestly didn't ever really know how many places like did daylight savings versus didn't. So this is actually that's what's very interesting to me about this graph. But see, here's an interesting one. All of these like through this line here are all the same. And then here it's like, nah. Except I guess only like half nah, since it's, you know, daylight savings. But there's like this weird little spot where it's like different, and then it goes back to the same. Let's see, we've got, I think this one's Hawaii. I can't see what color it is. Oh, it says -10, so I think that would be this one. It's kind of doing its own thing out there, existing. Let's see, we've got, so I think, oh, is this one Iceland up there? I don't remember for sure, but it is mostly the same as like some of these ones down here. How interesting. It's like all the way over here, and over here is the same, but like up there it's different. I'm sorry, you guys probably don't really care about the time zones, but I think this is so entertaining to me. I loved AP Human Geography because I just loved weird random graphs like this. Like, you know, is it ever really going to also areas in partial hour time zones? What does that mean? What is a partial hour time zone? We've got like a few of these. Like, what is that? Partial hour time zones. I want to know. It's a mystery, I guess. How strange. Also like how there's just a few little teeny spots around here that are in the +4, but they're like scattered amongst a couple different. That's just a little bit random. That does make sense that a lot of countries are like, we are all just on the same time. And then there are other countries, of course, like America, where we are like, nope, too big for all the same time. Except for like, is this like China? All the same time. All the same. They're just like, we are keeping it consistent. How about that? This is so intriguing to me. Alright, let me take a break from being incredibly intrigued by the world time zone map, and I'm gonna hurry and check orders. We'll hurry and check orders before risking me just getting distracted looking at time zones again. Is that the point of the stream? No. Is it what now I can't stop thinking about? Absolutely. You guys, I just really like cool like graphs like this. I don't get to see all the weird little time zones. It's kind of scattered about. It's so chaotic in some places, and that's my favorite part. My favorite part are the weird things that just don't quite add up with everything else, just doing their own thing. Very entertaining to me. Okay, I'm gonna make the time zone map disappear so that I don't just talk about time zones for the next several hours, because I absolutely probably could. The state that have shown daylight savings time causes more car crashes, medical issues. I mean, daylight savings is just kind of annoying. Like, either way, we're only gonna have whatever amount of daylight hours as that time of year, you know, allows. So who really cares what those daylight hours are? It's either way, we will have a certain amount of them, and that is it. All it does is make me incredibly upset in the springtime when it's like, alright, you lose an hour of sleep. And I mean, it is kind of nice in the fall when you get that extra hour back. It usually always is really close to my birthday, which is cool. But it's like the amount of suffering caused when you like lose the hour later. It's just not worth it. It doesn't quite even out. So I think we're fine without it. It's not really necessary. I think we're good. There were a lot of places that use daylight savings, and that's pretty silly. Maybe one day we'll get rid of it. Maybe we won't. Maybe one day the world will be reasonable and everybody will move over to the metric system for measuring. You know? Things that just make so much more sense and it wouldn't be that difficult to change. I mean, switching over entirely to the metric system obviously would be a little bit more difficult than just getting rid of daylight savings. But at the end of the day, would it really be that much more difficult considering how much more sense the metric system makes? Then, okay, so we have these things called inches. You get 12 of those. 12. That makes a foot. A foot. Not like your feet, but a foot, as in 12 inches. Okay. What next? If you take 3 of these feet, put them together, you now have a yard. Not like your backyard or your front yard. No. A yard is in 3 feet or 36 inches. Or, I don't have it memorized how many yards are in a mile, but it's the most stupid number. Yards in a mile. Guys, there are 1,760 yards in a mile. Why? Who was like, what if we make a unit of measurement that is just like 1,760 of this other weird unit of measurement that's just 3 of this other unit of measurement that's just 12 of this smaller unit of measurement. Like, why? Why? I know there's historical reasons why that's what we ended up with, but like, it's so unnecessarily difficult and annoying. It's just silly. It's just silly. That would be un-American. You know, at the end of the day, I do think that is the main reason why. Yeah, unfortunately. It's just so silly as compared to metric that's like, okay, we have these centimeters. You get 10 of those, you get, shoot, I don't even know. What is, you guys, I know the silly American measurements that are so dumb, but what is 10 centimeters? What unit of measurement is that? It is 10 centimeters. It's just like, this is how many inches. I don't want to know! Man, I don't care how many inches are in a centimeter. Centimeters just, I don't know. But eventually they just all by tens. You have 10 of this, it's now this. You have 10 of those, it's now this. It's 10 of those, it makes so much more sense. Decimeter. Is that, oh, I mean, deci 10, I guess that would check out. Why do we like only ever talk about like millimeters, centimeters, and meters? And kilometers. What about all of the ones in between? I don't know. Classes session. I'm sorry, you guys. I accidentally turned this into a math lesson. Apparently, guys, I am clearly very distracted today. Very distracted with random things. Like why it's so silly that America is just like, and yeah, no, we don't really care. Like, sure, your silly metric system that just goes by tens on everything to keep it consistent and it's always the same and it's always simple and easy to remember. Instead of that, we just want to keep making it more difficult. I think that's kind of just how America goes, though. It's like, yes, what you guys have makes more sense, but we prefer our more difficult, complicated thing that makes our lives more difficult, more confusing, more complicated, and of course have caused big issues during like space collaborations between America and other countries because we were measuring in inches and they were measuring in centimeters, and then, you know, spaceships exploding and whatever because their measurements weren't in the same unit of measurement. And I mean, of course, that's why most science is now, like, you know, geared towards do it in metric. But that doesn't change the fact that there's a lot of stuff that's still not in metric. It's so silly. It's so silly. It's very goofy, to say the least. But are we gonna do anything about it? Nope, we are not. I guess, apparently not. I don't know. Like, I remember learning about in school, like, how teachers would talk about how, like, it's probably never gonna, like, become, like, well, America will never entirely just move over to metric. And I'm like, but it would be such a good thing! And I know I'm not the only person that feels that way. Yet, alas, here we are. You still go to school and they're like, alright, here's your ruler that's 12 inches long! 12 inches, because that's a foot. Mileage is kilometrage in metric. That is kind of funny to think, but I mean, it makes sense. It'd be weird to call it mileage if you're, you know, not measuring in miles. You're measuring in kilometers, which are such a more sensical thing. Or, of course, we also, you know, have Celsius versus Fahrenheit. Celsius, they're like, let's make it a scale 1 to 100. And then Fahrenheit, they're like, let's just pick a bunch of random numbers and, like, associate them with different, you know, things. Let's just give what is freezing? I always forget if freezing, is the freezing 32? Freezing point Fahrenheit. It's 32. Why is it 32? I don't know. It just is 32. But Celsius, they're like it's 0. That's where we're starting. The freezing point of water is gonna be 0. I don't know, that sounds pretty reasonable. Ooh, look. Oh, Google's got my back. It says, why is Fahrenheit freezing at 32 and not 0? On this scale, 32 degrees is the freezing point of water. The reason Fahrenheit scale does not put the freezing point of water at 0 degrees, as the Celsius scale does, is that Daniel Fahrenheit, the inventor of the scale, did not use the freezing boiling point of water as the basis for his scale. So what did he use as his basis? He uses his basis. That's such a random thing. I need more information. You can't just stop there. No! It says I have to create an account for them to tell me anymore. How cruel! I just have. This is stupid. I just wanted answers. It's a study help website. I don't need to study. I just have questions and want answers for fun? I don't know. To stop an existential crisis? Give me more information! Okay. What did Daniel Fahrenheit base his scale on? Give me answers. Okay, you guys. Are we ready? Are we ready for some history facts? The 18th century German physicist Daniel Gabriel Fahrenheit originally took as 0 of his scale the temperature of an equal ice-salt mixture. This is getting really weird already, and selected the values of 30 degrees and 90 degrees for the freezing point of water and normal body temperature, respectively. These later were revised to 32 and 96. Okay, and now I have to click on the website to get more information, but this one isn't going to make me sign up for an account, so let's see. These were later revised to 32 and 96, but the final scale required the adjustment to 98.6 for the latter value. This is just getting more chaotic as it goes. The Fahrenheit temperature scale is used in the United States. I already know that and I hate it. Is that it? That's all the information it's giving me. Why? I am trying to ask, why an ice salt mixture? Where did he get that? He just was like, okay, we need to tell temperature. What's a totally normal thing to need to know the temperature of? Ah, salty ice. That's it. What is this? It's based on body temperature. Kind of, but then they kept changing it. They're like, okay, 96 is normal body temperature. Well, first they're like, 90 is normal body temperature. Actually, no. 96 is normal body temperature. Actually, no. 98.6 is normal body. Like, what happened that made it so they needed to change it so many times? Salt water mixture. Why? I mean, maybe he's like, I want this to be based off of the ocean instead of just water in general. Why? I mean, maybe he was more worried about environmental technology and temperature as compared to daily household need? Maybe? I still have so many questions. Alright, well you guys, I know what I'm doing later. I guess I'm gonna try to find like some like deep, in-depth like YouTube video or something about this, and then listen to that while I do TCG player orders so that I can find out what the just absolute silliness of this is. It's just so, maybe something similar found in humans, like vitamins in the body. Like, maybe. I don't know, but like, even then, having it based off of that, but then they kept changing things. They're like, actually no, actually this, actually that. Celsius is just so straightforward. It's like 0, normal water freezes. 100, normal water boils. There we go. That's it. We're not changing anything. That's what we're going with. This other one, they're like, I think let's base this thing off of that and that thing off of this. Actually, but no, this needs to be a different number and that needs to be a different number too. And actually, let's change the last one's number again. Like, I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna hurry and check orders. I'm gonna take a quick pause for me. I don't even know what I'm doing at this point, you guys. I'm being too interested in random history facts related to telling temperature. Like, I don't even need to know temperatures on a daily basis other than to look at my phone and see that it is above 50 degrees and that means I probably shouldn't be wearing a sweater and then wear a sweater anyways. As you can see, wearing a sweater, it was like in the 50s and 60s, I think, all day today. Oh, apparently tomorrow is supposed to hit 70? I don't like that. I don't want to go to 70. I'm not ready for 70. That's too hot. Speaking of, now that it's getting warm, most of my favorite clothes for the last several months, of course, have been sweaters and leg warmers and all these warm, fuzzy, thick, comfy things. And now it's going to be in the 70 degrees, and it's only a matter of time till midsummer, and we're at like 107 degrees, and I am just going to be sad. I don't want that, but I now have to like adjust my wardrobe accordingly. And see, so the one positive to me not being able to buy my new car this week is that means that I have money so that I could buy a few new pieces of clothing. That is the pro to this situation. So I gotta buy spring and summer clothes so that I can stop wearing leg warmers when it's 60 degrees outside. But leg warmers are just so cute. I love leg warmers. I'm obsessed with them now. Like I'm gonna be sad without them. But what I'm gonna go with instead though is I think I'm gonna like try to get like cool socks. That's my plan. Let me see if I can find like. Man, I don't even know what to like. I don't know how to describe the type of aesthetic that I am going for, because it's not like necessarily entirely like an official aesthetic. It's kind of just something I'm like, I like the idea of this. I'm going to do whatever I want. I don't know, but I guess it kind of gives like stereotypical schoolgirl like uniform sock kind of vibes. I don't know, but I just really like the idea of that as not as much as leg warmers, but I did randomly find these really long socks earlier this week that I was like that I've had. That they're, see, I'm not like a full-on hoarder, but I'm one of those people that like, if I have something and I'm like, this most absolutely will serve a purpose at some point, I just don't need it anytime soon. And so I've kept this random pair of long black socks. They're really cool. They have like a little like cube design thing on the top. I don't know, but they're nice. So I kept them for like 5 years, and then finally on Monday I was like, I need some long socks, and then I was like, oh, yes! It is time to use the socks that I've just been sitting in a drawer for like 5 years, doing nothing, waiting. Just waiting until their time. And then it's their time, so I wore them, and they were perfect, and then I was like, okay, this was way better to wear to play volleyball than leg warmers. Because last time I played volleyball, I wore leg warmers. Not ideal. But this time I just wore long socks, and it was great. And I'm like, okay, well, guess this is what I'm gonna have to do now. So yeah, I only have one long pair of socks though currently, so I have to get more. And socks cost money, so. But yeah, that is at least part of my plan to begin preparing my wardrobe for summer. I just want to wear all my cute, comfy sweaters, though. It's so sad that it's not cold outside enough so that I can wear warm stuff. I mean, I'm wearing a sweater right now. That's just because my room is cold because we had to crank the AC so that, you know, we don't just all melt. Because melting's not very ideal, you know? You know? Anyway, you guys, I am going to check orders one last time, but I think we're probably just going to wrap up for the night. Maybe I'll go do some online shopping, because I refuse to go clothes shopping in person anymore. It's so much easier to just not have to leave the house. Yeah, I'm not seeing any orders, so I think that is all for tonight. I will stream again at some later date. I can't tell you which date, but it will happen, I assure you. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Monday, maybe Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, maybe Thursday, maybe Friday, maybe next Saturday, maybe the Monday after that, who knows? We'll find out. But thanks for vibing with me. Thank you for listening to me be excited about time zone maps and concerned about the metric system and why we use Fahrenheit and all of that good stuff. But thank you guys for watching. It was fun, and I will see you guys next time.